What's up everyone, this is Midnight Strike 3625 and I'm going to be reviewing a 2014 video game for you guys today, released during the dark ages of the Midnight Strike channel. This is Dragon Age Inquisition, one of my favorite games that was released during this time period, with the exception of course, GTA 5 Remastered, but we'll save that for a different video when I get that far in my GTA series review. But, for the sake of Dragon Age Inquisition, I gotta say, much better game than Dragon Age 2, as far as I've played for Dragon Age 2. Haven't completed Dragon Age 2, have not played Dragon Age Origins, so maybe I'm not the biggest Dragon Age fan. I can't really call myself a fan, but from what I've played of 2, and this game is awesome. From what I've played of those two, it is a very innovative series. Now, it's a free-roaming game, so you basically go around, you are the Herald of Andraste, a prophet sent down, and you're supposed to close these things that are known as rifts to suppress a demon army from taking over, basically, to put things down into simplest terms, and you do this by accepting a wide variety of tasks. There is a main central rift that has to be closed, and you as the Herald of Andraste have a tattoo right on your arm, and you have the power to close said rifts if you have the time and chance to destroy most of the enemies that come out of them first. So there is a tactical element to this game. As I said before, it has a very, very innovative battle system, and you can press a certain button, pause everything where it is, and it becomes a strategy RPG where you give your characters different commands as to what to do and where to do them. You can move them around the battlefield, you can send them to attack certain enemies, and you can send them to defend your other players, your teammates. And of course there's healing abilities, so it plays out much like Knights of the Old Republic in that regard. One of Bioware's previous entities, where you can just kind of sit back and pause the game whenever you want and give commands as necessary. So I really like that element, and they really brought it out, and it came to fruition in this game specifically. From what I played in Dragon Age 2, it wasn't necessarily polished out as well for the battle system. But with this game, you get lots of perks, lots of weapons. The only thing that I can really say with that is, in the beginning, you are kind of just thrown in there, and after you complete the initial quest, you're just kind of thrown into an open world, much like the Skyrim formula, the Oblivion, and Daggerfall, of course. You got the initial dungeon, and then you are free to explore the world as necessary, as needed, or as you want to, really. And you're just kind of given all these tasks, and you can complete them in any way you would like. But specifically for the shops, they're wanting to sell you all of these items, but there's a bunch of prerequisites that you have to complete. And really that's a little off-putting in the beginning, but as you play the game more and build up these prerequisites, even though you don't know necessarily what they are in the beginning, if you do enough digging, you can find them. But it's just really off-putting to go into a shop and say, oh my god, you know, great, I'm going to build up my armor, build up my arsenal, get better gear, get better weapons. Oh, shit, I can't buy anything. It's kind of off-putting. And as you get more characters, you want to customize them. You want to be able to bring out their strengths and iron out their weaknesses and kind of bring up, bring pretty much your team as a whole. But these shops kind of are off-putting and kind of act as a barrier to do so. But once, of course, like I said, you get everything that you need to, you can get everything that you need from these shops. Now, another thing that is brought over from Knights of the Old Republic that I've noticed, and again, this is really the first Dragon Age that I've actually played extensively, so I don't know if this was in 2 or Origins, didn't get that far. Another system that they brought over is the influence system from Knights of the Old Republic 2, where you can gain certain people's admiration, certain people's influence, and trust by talking to them and basically just telling them what you want to hear, what they want to hear, or what you want to tell them. Now, like Knights of the Old Republic, this is a game where you choose what you want to say from a set list of things, and basically the game just kind of plays out with how you decide to go about it, because you can tell people basically to screw off, or you can embrace their quests and embrace their ideas and how to do things. And while there's not really necessarily a fleshed out karma system, it does go into effect with how the story plays out. So it's a really good system, and it hasn't failed Bioware yet, so why would it fail now? And I realized that Bioware did not have anything to do with Knights of the Old Republic 2, so if there was any confusion on that, they were not a part of that. They were part of the first game and the first game only, which kind of shows. Bioware is a very, very well-respected company. They're very prestigious, and they put out pretty much only the best of the best. Now, this little sticker, this little emblem here might have fooled you, but fear not. This one right here overshadows it and offsets it, because it's a very good game, and in spite of a few design flaws, such as the shop, such as the microtransactions that, for all intents and purposes, were very hidden. I didn't know about them until I actually looked it up. Despite all this stuff, it's a very good game. It's got a very fleshed out story. It's got lots of things to do and lots of amazing powers and abilities to level up and fine-tune. So it's a game that I would recommend, especially if you're into the action RPG scene, and especially if you're into the more of the JRPG tactical kind of strategy games as well. This kind of has an overall lasting appeal to it, so it kind of caters to a little bit to everyone. So I do like that. I'm going to give it probably a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, in spite of a few polish issues, and in spite of a few issues with microtransactions and all that other stuff. It doesn't really show, though, and it doesn't really have that much of an impact on how much I enjoyed the game, so that's why I'm giving it a very, very high score, because I absolutely enjoyed pretty much every minute of it. So, this is Midnight Strike 3625. Really liked this game, really enjoyed it, and if you're going to get it, get either this version, the PC version, or the Xbox One version. Current gen only. Last gen, there's a bunch of stuttering, there's a bunch of frame rate issues, and it doesn't run very smoothly at all, or so I've heard, and so I've seen as one of my friends has the PS3 version. It sucks. So, 9 out of 10 for the next gen or current gen title. This is Midnight Strike 3625, and as always, keep calm and rock on.